20th of February 2025, circumcision in Africa. According to DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency, there are people receiving social welfare payments in America who are 300 years of age. There are many, many thousands receiving them who are 200 years of age. And tens of thousands who are over 100 years of age, and some of them over 120 years of age. Now, it must be stated that it's all work in progress, where that these could be computer records of people. People could have died, they could have their payments stopped, and they could still be on the computer. That can happen. I was in a house in Ireland one time, paying my condolences to a person the old man of the house had died. I was in getting a cup of tea when the Irish Department of Social Welfare arrived in and demanded to know what was going on and who was everywhere in the house. They were very, very diligent in making sure that the whole thing was cut off and all of that. And so within a couple of days. But anyway, I'm only making no issue of that. So we don't know. Time will tell as they go to filter down. Have there been people over 200 years of age getting social welfare? However, it's bad housekeeping if they were still on the system. It mightn't be that bad if it is properly done. I would suspect there's massive fraud. And then Alex Jones, a conspiracy theorist, not always wrong, he has been on about these corruption for ages. He claims that the price of property around Washington has collapsed, that there are hundreds and hundreds of homes for sale in Washington. Essentially, what he tends to be saying is that people connected with the American social security system were siphoning off all the money and all have second homes in Washington. This is what he says, and that they're all up for sale. That's all work in progress. I don't know. It'll come out in the wash. But you know, I'm a great believer that once you shake the tree the monkeys are in, you don't know what'll fall out. Having said that, I don't expect any system to be 100% airtight, but nobody should be receiving any payments once they're dead, and I'd say they probably are. But we just look at some other things that were being paid for out of USAID, different to Social Security. There was $21 million to try and improve voter turnout in India. So here we have the American government funding extra voting turnout in India. Can you credit that? There was $14 million to make Serbia diversity, equity and inclusion compliant. In other words, to make sure that the Serbian government was online with diversity, equity and inclusive woke policies. 14 million they got in one country. But the biggest one of all, and the one that I take issue with, there was $9.5 million given to Mozambique for medical circumcision of boys. And circumcision involves removing the foreskin. There's a boy called David Rainier who lost his penis as a result of this. The Jews do it, and I condemn them roundly. The penalty for circumcising anybody under the age of 18 should be 5 years imprisonment with 2 monthly whippings, and I will volunteer to whip them. I'll do it for the government. Whip them twice a month, no problem. Men, women over age of that do it, that force people to be circumcised, the whip. It's a cruel practice. It's practiced in the Muslim religion as well, and I condemn it roundly. It's brutality. And in the Jewish religion, it's brutality. Only with extreme protection and precaution should it be allowed. Nature put it there for a purpose. One time I had a dog, a gun dog, and I suggested to an old man I'd get the tail cut him, and he says the tail was put on him for a purpose, and I left it there and it did him no harm. This is the malice of the deep US state, the crowd that mixes up with the paedophiles, with the Jeffrey Epsteins and all of these. And the, what do you call him, that other fella? Puff Daddy. He's awaiting trial. So this is why they're doing it. They want to feel in Washington that they have assisted anyone in Africa with money to get the boys circumcised. And that money will be given to the parents. They'll get a few thousand for having the boys' foreskin cut off. And that makes them feel good. You get this sometimes in hospitals where usually our ones, the nurses, our midwives and things, kill patients. And nobody knows why they did it. There are several such people serving prison sentences all over the world, including in Britain. They get into a hospital and they secretly kill people for excitement. And this is what this is about. And there now Trump has ended that. And that means that a lot of boys in Mozambique will not be mutilated. Hopefully. At least there'll be no incentive from the American taxpayer to mutilate them. If these people who put this money forward cannot be penalised, then it is a very sad day. At the very least, could they not be named and get photographs of them so we know who they are? There's no doubt the evil of these people, and makes me think, and people who are religious believe that Trump is religious and that he was put there by God. I don't know that. The one thing I will say about him is that definitely, I know he's not a Roman Catholic. I don't know other saints in the Presbyterian Church. He might convert to Catholicism eventually, but surely there's a very good case, seeing that he's saved so much suffering and war, to have him given the Nobel Peace Prize, which is not a great accolade really, but surely there is evidence, or there is enough grounds. When we get rid of this Pope, he's on the way out, and no loss. Surely, when that happens, that we could start the process of beatification of Donald J. Trump to eventually have him made a saint. Now, I know you're supposed to be dead. I know he probably can't be made a saint while he's living, but I would say the process could be started and have it all ready. God, I hope he lives another 300. I hope he lives another, as long as some of the social welfare recipients who lived to 300 years, but nature will take its course eventually on us all. So he could, in my opinion, be put forward for sainthood. There's a talk that he's going to convert to Catholicism. I don't know. I don't know will he or not. But he might. His wife is that way. J.D. Vance might have an influence on him. But I don't think there's any objection. Post underneath. This is an area I'm ignorant on. Can a Protestant person become a saint? I think they can. And there's definitely no one ever fitted the bill for sainthood and beatification and eventual sainthood as Donald J. Trump. What would you call him? Saint Trump, Saint Francis, Saint Donald, Saint Peter, Saint Donald, I'd say. Saint Donald, I think that'd do. You might put a wee bit just to jazz it up. Saint Donald J. That's it. Did anyone remark that his hair has gone white? It used to be orangey colour. It's white. I don't know. Doesn't matter anyway. It's only nature taking its course. My own is white as well. Okay, folks. That's the thing. What these people were at, what they were doing with money, and God only knows what's happening. There's 6 billion of our money going to non-governmental organisations in Ireland, and that's what we know about with our corrupt government. I don't think we'll ever get an end to it. I don't think we will. But, mocking is catching, as they say, or when this is seen all over the world, hopefully it'll convert people to start voting Conservative in line with my instincts. Okay, let me know what you think. What would be wrong with starting the process of the beatification of Donald J. Trump as a saint in the Christian religions, whatever they are? He'd look well on a statue too. He would look well on a statue. Okay, goodbye. You could probably print a medal. You could probably get a medal with him. I think we could nearly go ahead and print the medals now. I wonder, could you make them out of some type of aluminium or that? Some type of little thing to wear around your neck. Anyway, we need more brooches. We need more outwardly signs. I'd gladly pay for some neat little thing to declare I'm a Trump supporter. And, well, Kat, how are you? I'm a Trump supporter. But I just don't know how you do that. We'll have a go at it. Comment underneath. Oh, look at me. I've been joined here by an approving. Well, say hello. Say hello. I'll tell you one thing. I know you might wonder why I keep her. There's not a mouse or a rat within 2 miles of here. Unbelievable cat. Okay, there was one morning I forgot to feed her. And she was hungry. She was looking for food. I knew about her. And I forgot to feed her. And she went out and caught a mouse and brought him in and ate him. Okay, St. Donald J. Comment underneath. Bye-bye.